Right, hello, I'm back. So you're probably wondering why this big guy's here. This is the only Justice League statue I have, and after what I've seen, how powerful he felt when Zack Snyder made the announcement, and how much it meant to him. For me, and he's meant to be the heart and soul of the Justice League. I believe, well, you know something, he deserves to be the only sort of Justice League figure I have. So we'll put you. I don't know. I'll put you here just now. You can keep a watchful eye on me or something. Yes, I do have Wonder Woman. She's up there. Maybe I'll put Wonder Woman there the next time. Okay. So yeah, I did recently a video for my movie channel, which is in the subscriptions, and I talked about BVS. I'm now going to take that same recording and I'm going to put it on this channel here. And as I said, on the last one, I thought that was it. Close the chapter, fold it down, everything. I'm done. Closed the Facebook page down. I closed the YouTube channel apart from a couple of announcements and stuff. But when I was in my work and I was talking to my colleague, and everyone in my work was telling me I'm passionate and whatnot, I talk about these things, and I thought, I basically told this guy he probably doesn't even like Superman, and I convinced him to buy Superman. I was telling him and I was giving him my passion and everything else, and then he watched BVS, the Ultimate Edition. I made him buy that, and he only got to the bit with when Bruce Wayne meets Clark Kent, and then he stops. I don't know if he's got the rest of it, but I think he looked at the recording and seen how much time there was to go. And for me, I couldn't fathom why or how you could just stop right there and not see the whole movie. And I don't know if you ever will. I don't know if you actually bought it or you rented it. So knowing that's my passion and knowing that stuff, and then the stuff that's happened over from the last few weeks, I'll explain to you. The stuff that happened. Well, first of all, you've got all these websites, and they're all talking about a certain, this is a bad move for the cinema industry, and that it shouldn't happen because then it'll set some sort of precedent or something like that. I remember the word they used. It was, my ears sort of closed off at the time because I noticed they were all just repeating whatever this one article that I saw online was. And the guy from HBO Max actually defends the fans, and rightfully so, because the HBO Max is a streaming service, right? And that wants to bring customers, paying people to bring money in. They want to bring money in for people to buy, HBO Max. And my only problem with HBO Max, I'm going to put my glasses back on again, is it's not coming over to the UK. We're not going to have this premiere thing at all, right? We're not having it over here, right? And that's why Disney will always sort of win. So I saw this article, and it was Radio Times. How to watch there it is there, right? Just to, no, it's probably too bright for the screen. The long-awaited version of Justice League won't be coming until 2021, and UK fans might have some trouble finding it. Excuse me. After years of campaigning, fans are finally getting their wish, with the long-rumoured cut of 2017 movie Justice League, the Snyder Cut, soon becoming a reality. Coming to HBO Max, the Snyder Cut will finally give fans give fans Zack Snyder's original version for the DC superhero movie, which starred Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Henry Cavill, Ezra Miller, among others, but was it was changed when Snyder departed the movie and Joss Whedon took charge. But where can they watch Zack Snyder's Justice League? How long will they have to wait? And how will UK fans miss out? So how to watch the Snyder Cut of Justice League? Justice League Cut of Justice League, as opposed to the version reshot and released by Joss Whedon, is set to be an exclusive for HBO Max, the new streaming service set up by Warner Brothers and HBO that's set to launch on the 27th of May. In other words, US fans will need to subscribe to HBO Max to watch the Snyder Cut of Justice League, though not for a while, while fans elsewhere in the world might have more trouble. When is Zack Snyder's Justice Cut released? Well, an exact date hasn't set. The new cut of the movie is expected to arrive HBO Max in 2021. The Snyder Cut, I'm sure it did release a date, currently reuniting behind the scenes crew to complete special effects, grading the sound work in what is bound to be a long, laborious process, especially if people have to work from home. Rumour has it that the film may await a 4-hour cut or will be split into a multi-part miniseries, so it will probably be worth the wait. Can I watch the Snyder Cut in the UK? Unfortunately, UK fans may have more trouble getting their hands on the new cut, as it's not believed that HBO Max will be available in that territory. However, TV shows made by Warner Brothers and HBO have often found their way to the UK before. Arrowverse, the superhero TV show, and Games of Thrones most prominently, so it seems that there's likely a deal would be to be struck to give UK fans a chance to watch the Snyder Cut as well in 2021. What is the Snyder Cut of Justice League? Well, written about, and here we get into the interesting bit. Okay, let's see what their take on it is. We've written about the Snyder Cut before, but essentially the story is this. After shooting of Justice League, Zack Snyder was forced to retire. That's bang on. He was forced to retire due to personal tragedy. Rubbish. Not due to personal tragedy at all. With Warner Brothers hiring Joss Whedon to finish the film and make significant changes to parts where they were unhappy with. Whedon completed the film ahead of its release in 2017, at which point he finished the movie. It was underperformed critically and commercially as soon as a movement sprang up from fans wanted to see the real Justice League, which they believed was hidden and ready to go, hidden in Zack Snyder's possession. And as time went on, the calls for Warner Brothers to release the Snyder Cut only continued. Fans hired a plane to fly a banner over the hashtag over San Diego Comic-Con. The film's cast, especially Jason Momoa, noted the hopes that it could be released as well on the 2-year anniversary of Justice League. Snyder and the cast, including Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill, tweeted their support for the Snyder Cut's realisation. What are the Snyder Cut's differences now? Here we go. According to Snyder, the new cut will be vastly different, yet it'll be a whole new film. To the Justice League fans so in cinemas, it'll be an entirely new thing, and especially taken to those who have seen the released movie. A new experience apart from the movie, Snyder told The Hollywood Reporter. You probably saw 1/4 of what I did. Later, Snyder released an image on social media confirming that the fan favourite villain and plan for Big Bad for the Justice League, Dceu, would appear in the version of the film, suggesting that you could expect some new flashbacks or battles in the finished version. In other words, this could end up being a very different film. Fingers crossed it can actually live up to the hype. That is so true. That I quite like that article. Unlike the articles that I've seen in stating why there's other films out there that deserves a director's cut rather than this one. And what they fail to understand is this isn't a director's cut anymore. Okay, fans around the world reunited, the consumers took money together, and we asked for this director's movie that he created. We want to see this. We're not really going to bother about any other film. We're not interested unless you give us the Snyder Cut so we can at least forgive you for destroying the DCEU. And that is right, and that is right for us consumers. We're not just asking for an extra 5 minutes or a 10-minute change. Right? We did just ask for the Snyder Cut originally. But then what Zack Snyder did for his fans was even more, much more better. All the stuff he had said, and this is Zack talking to the fans, he had actually said the stuff he was originally wanting to do for us. How he was going to connect these guys, right, to the Justice League. He wanted to just give out the idea. You know, he wanted us to know his full story, him and Chris Terrell worked on. And now he's went to a studio, and some people complain about it being put into a mini-series, but I'd rather have the mini-series than either none at all or not the full version of Zack's intended story. You can say goodbye to the Snyder Cut, which was already hammered by the studio, and say hello to Zack's original version, which is roughly 4 hours long. I would rather see that. I'd rather build up the hope for that. Maybe that guy would watch the rest of the BVS. Now, I know I said before that this was a closed book and I finished the Facebook page and everything else because I'm not a YouTuber. As you can see, this is now through laptop. But for me, I really don't have much really people to talk about. So, and I'm not really on this to gather subscribers, although likes and subscriptions would be nice and to encourage me to keep going and keep going. But I'm doing this for my own so-called mental health, where I get to talk about stuff that I really love and not bore those people that don't see the way the stuff I do. I recently joined a guy, Ryan Kinno, who is like me all over. He has the same attitude to Star Wars and games and Batman versus Superman. Strangely enough, he's attached to Geeks and Gamers. But he's passionate and he's talking about the stuff I want, and that's all I want to do. I want the opportunity to talk about stuff. And in order, because we are now in a new era, and because this, who knows what might come forward of once this film is released. I hope it really does well. I hope people subscribe to HBO Max. It's released a barrage of demands for the Snyder Cut. The only problem, the Ayer cut. The only problem I see with the Ayer cut is he never filmed any of the parademons and Steppenwolf movements. He never filmed that. So how unlikely is it that he could actually go back into the studio and do those scenes? I wouldn't want, now that I've heard that version, that story sense, I wouldn't want just his cut of the movie. I would want David Ayer's original story, like we are getting for Zack Snyder. So yes, I did say I was closing it down, but to be honest, I need this to talk to, even though I'm looking at myself for a line. This is great. This is what fans do. Fans communicate, and this is what the Snyder Cut release has done for people around the world. It has united people in their fandom, and we will fight against those people that have said that this is not, we shouldn't do it. This is because these have come from people that didn't want the Snyder Cut, and these are coming from people now who are saying stuff like, oh well, see, we told you the Snyder Cut didn't exist because you're going to spend 30-40 million on it. The Snyder Cut did exist, it was in the box, it was finished, but what we are getting is more. And as a consumer, we demand more, we demand the best. What we do not deserve is companies telling us or preaching us how we should live our lives. Like all this feminist stuff that's coming into TV shows. It's destroyed Doctor Who. That has destroyed most of the Star Wars franchise. We need studios like HBO Max that shows the potential to actually listen to people's demands. I've heard recently that in the UK people have thrown away their TV license because what they're doing is they're spending most of the time on YouTube or Netflix because they don't want to listen to most of the rubbish that is coming on to TV channels. We're very selective of what we want to see. We do not want to be lectured at. So when we go out and we spend money, either, if you want our money for a TV license, put better shows on. If you want money for Netflix, put good films on. You want stuff for HBO Max, then give us the creative content that you're now allowing for Zack Snyder. You carry that on and you will have a fan and a fan base forever. We want justice for directors and their visions, and if HBO Max and companies like that can promise us that and listens to the people willing to throw money at you and deliver, then you will grow massively. So that's all I need to say. I'm glad back. I'll probably say I'm gone again. I just thought, that's it finished with. But I can't stand back and just listen to all this stuff that's happening without shouting at people that don't want to listen. So thank you. Thank you very much. I'll catch you. And I am planning to redo videos. The style of it and everything else. So it'll all be like this. Right, still no fancy intros and still no fancy thumbnails or anything like that or way to contact me or whatnot. I'm just one of you guys out there. If you want me to talk about something about a DC related or discuss it, please leave it in the comments below. Thank you.